Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Is college as important as it used to be? Well, I can tell you that I'm very happy and proud to have graduated with a degree in English education. Whether or not I ever really used that degree, English education had nothing to do with my ability to speak. Thank God. I never really used that degree. That being said, I'm very glad that I went to college. Of course, I had to pay off an enormous amount of student loans. So, is college as important as it used to be? Yes, but for different reasons. I think more education is shifting away from the sector where we've known it, the educational sector, in classrooms, and more towards, well, however you can access that information. You've got an internet connection, you have access to information. You can learn far more on your own than you can in a classroom. Take a look at iTunes, the university programs that are in iTunes that you can download right now and not pay a dime. You can get that information. You can get that knowledge, well, really, and turn it into your knowledge and parlay it into something much bigger. College is different. It's a hell of a lot more expensive, but having that degree, I gotta tell you, is kind of nice because I can say I have that degree. That's showing a sense of accomplishment. So someone could look at me and say, well, he's gone through college. He's gotten this degree. He graduated magna cum laude. He must, have done well in his studies. Shows that I've applied myself. I can get something done. But that's changing. Not just because of cost, but because of access to information. I mean, it used to be all about which teacher you got in school. And I guess to a certain degree it still is about which teacher you get in school, because some classes could be easier or more difficult. But imagine colleges disappearing. It could happen. I mean, they're just priced just astronomically. I can't even, if I ever have a kid, honestly, I don't know. I mean, it would totally be up to him or her whether or not they wanted to go to college, but I would have to scrimp and save to make sure that they could at least afford it, or push towards scholarships, which I couldn't get because I wasn't smart enough to get scholarships. My parents weren't poor enough. My problems were right I was in the middle class. They weren't rich enough and they weren't poor enough. I was like stuck right in the middle, so I couldn't get schmatz. I had to pay for everything. Well, mostly everything. I got a couple of scholarships, but they're like very, very tiny. I got a scholarship for writing poetry. Yes, I'm a published poet. Many of you didn't know that. Definitely does not pay the bills. College is different. And I think if you're looking at whether or not you go to college, you've got some big choices to make. I would say going to college in a traditional sense is not as practical as it once was. Maybe consider a hybrid model. Pursuing your own knowledge and building your own information, warehouse inside your head, and pursuing a career in something. Now, if that career is completely driven by you, college is going to be less important. But you could effectively start working online, doing something one way or another, maybe your career choice dictates that you have to go to college. It depends on what you're trying to do. But maybe you have a chance to do work-study programs or internships over time to pay for college as you go along, to stay out of debt. That, I think, is the biggest problem, because even after you graduate, there's no guarantee that the job's going to be there. So you owe it to yourself to really buckle down and pay attention to what's in front of you and how you're going to approach it methodically. I mean, you don't want to waste your money. You don't want to waste your time. But I think college is not as important as it once was. And I think society needs to start thinking differently about how we accommodate higher levels of education. Again, I wasn't a communications degree, obviously. And I think it's possible. I think college is still good in what it is and in the training that it possibly provides, if only to say, I've got the certificate of completion. I did what I set out to do. I paid my dues. In many cases, the dues are still stacking up in terms of student loans and debt. That challenge you have to overcome. That's, I would say, a bigger challenge than college itself. Figuring out how you're going to pay the student loans off. I don't know. That's I'm saying kind of uncomfortable there, pulling my t-shirt cuff. 38 years old and I'm still wearing t-shirts. and I'm a college graduate. You too. Trying to turn this into kind of like an infomercial of sorts. I don't know. Are you buying this? Is college important? Are you in college? Do you wish you weren't in college? Are you going to college? Are you not planning on going to college? What are your thoughts on this matter? Because believe you me, I'm sure you have them, because this is the internet and everybody has a freaking opinion. Share yours in the comments below or leave a video response. We'll see you later.